In today's video, I'm going to show you how to turn your leaky, whiny, giraffe-sounding steering rack into a brand new one for 20 bucks. Let's get started.
Ding dong drift! Ding dong drift!
Alright, so I'm kind of stuck right now. I thought I wasn't going to be able to take this out. This used to be in there that I guess guides the thing or something. It doesn't let it rotate. I was like, yeah, I don't have that size of hex. It goes in there. Then got the old trusty pipe wrench and managed to get a grip on it. But now, got the shaft in there. So I'm going to go do some Googling, see what I can find, what I need to do right now. Because I can't get this out because there's probably seals on it. You know, there's a seal from here to here and then probably here to here, and that's how it moves. This is pretty simple. I haven't even watched or read any tutorials or anything. I'm just taking it apart and then I'll put it back together. Hopefully it works. I tend to just wing things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Ooh wee. Alright, it's the next day. I did some research. So the shaft, you just hammer it out with a big hammer, and then I already pulled this bearing out the bottom. Just literally pops right out. And then I need to get the shaft out to get this bearing out because the shaft is in the way. So just start hammering. Alright, now it's just a bare shell that wraps up the disassembly. I'm going to wait to power wash it, and I want to paint this black. See how it's chipping and stuff, so I'm going to paint this part black, and then we'll start reassembling everything. You just got to make sure you get the second seal out. So when you pull the shaft out, this pushes the first seal out. This is the part that slides back and forth between the two seals. There's a seal here and a seal here, and this slides between the two. So when this guy pushes pressure into this hose, it slides this direction, and then when you turn the other way, pressure goes into this one and pushes the Teflon seal in the other direction, and the two seals keep the pressure from leaking out. So if your rack is leaking, it's probably because these seals are bad, which makes sense because these are like rock hard. Like, that is not flexible at all. So that's why they leak, is because they harden. And you saw how much grease and grime is in there. So grease, like shit and dirt just gets in there, gets between the seals, starts to leak. So a bunch of oil and shit builds up. So yeah, that's why you rebuild it. Alright, it's the next day. Actually, yesterday, I took out this bearing, this seal right here that used to be in there. And you push it out this way, and a 19 mil socket fits perfectly in here. So you push it out with the bearing comes out. I decided I'm not going to power wash this. So I'm just going to quickly paint it black, just give it a little scuff up, paint it black, and start reassembling it. I probably will reassemble tomorrow though, because today's kind of late. I don't know if you can tell, got a one wheel And I've been riding that shit every single day for like 10 miles. This thing is stupid fun, dude. Literally, like...
Where's the motherfucking dually? I want it! Come on! Where is it? Where is it?
You have to ask nicely.
Please?
Okay, I'll go get you one. So while that's drying, I guess I can just start installing the other stuff. Teddy, are you playing hide and seek with mommy? Are you playing hide and seek? She locks you in here so she could hide. Because otherwise you don't let her hide, right? Oh, did you hear that? Oh, are you gonna go find mommy? Oh my god. Go find her. Go find her. Where is she? So that's what's happening. Look how flat these O-rings are. Probably can't see them, but they're completely flush. They're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be O-rings, not O-gaskets. So I was sitting here wondering, what are these two for? And then I realized there's this sensor thing, but it's not leaking, so I'm just going to leave it. Not worry about it. That's where I'm going to end today. So I put all these seals back in, put the new O-rings in there, new O-ring on the bottom, and the new seal in there with the bearing. So I'm hammering that in. It's pretty tight. You got to hammer it pretty hard. Finished painting this. I'm going to let this dry overnight. So then tomorrow I can put it back on the vise and we can finish reinstalling stuff. So I put the seal on here. This is the first seal that goes on the driver's side of the rack. So you put it on with the spring facing out, washer on top, and then we're going to hammer it into that. Once that's done, we're gonna take this seal, put it in this way, put this on, slip that on, put the washer on, and you take this, that goes like that, and then we use that with this and a socket. We hammer that in. This is pretty easy actually, not that bad. Just a lot of steps, and I understand why people will get lost and forget some. I'll link in the description the write-up that I'm using. It's on Club Lexus, of course, so I'm not just winging this. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow to probably finish this off. That'll be the last day, so. The way you know that you're far enough is if you can see the Teflon. Remember the little gray ring? If you can see it through this hole, it means you're deep enough. I don't know, is it in all the way or not? I see nothing. What I just said, you're supposed to see, I don't see it. Okay, I lied. I see it. Just gotta push a little further. There it is. Perfect. Alright, so yeah. Just keep hammering until you see the Teflon seal. So when you rotate it, you should see it rotate right up to the port. Alright, so got all the spacers in, got all the still moves, so that's good. It moves freely. Both the seals are in. There's one in here, and then you got that one spacer, the silver one, and then the other shorter one, which is right here. Time for the snap ring. It's gonna go right in there. After that, it's gonna be the valve body thingy. the other side of it, which sandwiches the O-rings. So yeah, while I was on the time lapse, I got this put back together. So you put the shaft, or put the, you know, this steering thingy back in, and then you put the washer on, then the bearing, and then the 17 millimeter nut. Then you put the cap nut back on, the 27 mil cap nut. I don't know what you call it, the little like round piece that stops the shaft from rotating. Put that in there, put the spring on, then turn this giant hex nut thingy. I don't know if you saw, I used my snap ring pliers to turn it, and I kept turning it until this couldn't turn anymore. Then I turned it a quarter turn back, then tightened the lock washer nut thingy with a pipe wrench, because I don't have anything that is big enough for this. But it worked well, so that's all that matters. Perfect timing. My battery's about to die, and this project is done. I don't know if it works. Subscribe and find out in the next video when I put this back in the car and see if it actually works. Yeah, I mean, it's not that difficult. It's pretty easy, actually. I'm so scared this thing's gonna leak. This is for sure gonna leak. I don't know what I'm doing, so that's gonna wrap up this video. Let me show you what's next. So, got the tensioner for the belt. Got the new oil pump seal O-ring thing. I got new valve cover gaskets right here. I got oil pickup tube gasket right there. So next up, put that back on, put all the timing back together, put the, you know, valve covers. I'm also doing the half moons, so I'm gonna reseal those, and also gonna reseal these rear caps, because those are probably, yeah, they look like a little leaky. So that's gonna be resealed. Everything's gonna be resealed. Engine's gonna be like new. It's gonna be the next video. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss this stuff. So stay sweet, ding dongs. I'll see you guys next week.